Avnxt here. Long time since I was in front of a camera. Yep. Well, something's different. I have blue hair, but I usually have red hair. I've always had red hair for as long as I can remember. Enough about my hair. I'm here today to answer your questions that you've asked on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and some on YouTube. First question: favorite of all your cosplays you made? Well, yeah, my Jarvan. My Jarvan is by far my favorite cosplay that I've made. Mostly because he was the first time I did armor. He was my real first big costume that I made. And yeah, I made Jarvan. Next question. I'm looking forward to your Leona. Yay. Me too. And I have a question. I'm planning to do cosplay. I'm going to cosplay Challenger Ari next year, but I don't know how I should dye the tails. I read that you dyed your second Firefox tails with acrylic and water. I did, and I'm going to show you how I did it. You need, don't mind, this like little bowl has been through so much. We use clay for it and color. It looks disgusting, but don't worry, it's just water, normal water in it. Normal water. It's kind of not too cold, not too hot, it's somewhere in between. You need a toothbrush, little fabric piece. You need acrylic paint. You want to take the bowl of water and take some paint, put it in. You can put in as much as you think is needed. And then you gotta just stir it around. What you want to do is take the toothbrush, the toothy part, you put it in. You dip it a little bit. And then you brush. And basically this is what I did for 9 of my tails. Yeah, and it's wet now, but you can let it dry on its own. Otherwise you can use a heat gun to heat it up. Just be careful, because if you heat it too much, the fur is gonna crumble. So, but this is basically how I made it. Ta-da! I hope that answered your question about the tails. Yay! Okay, next one. What got you to start with cosplay and why? Well, what made me start was when I went to DreamHack summer 2013. I saw a cosplayer there. She was dressed up as Caitlyn from League of Legends, and I saw her and people were taking pictures of her, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I want to make a costume, and like, I want to do that. So I have a picture of her, and some of you might know who she is. Oh, I hope so. Ta-da! This is Tine Marie. When I saw her cosplay Caitlyn, I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. So yeah, that's how everything started. So if she wasn't there, if she wouldn't have been there to DreamHack in her Caitlyn costume, maybe I wouldn't cosplay by now. So thanks to this girl, I cosplay. The reason why is because of her. The reason now is because I love to help people. As you see, I like to do tutorials and try and answer as much questions as I can once I'm free, to help everyone else out in the cosplay world to make their costumes. So yeah, props to Tine Marie, otherwise I wouldn't be here. David also asked one more question. What would you do if you didn't start with cosplay? Well, I was really hardcore into World of Warcraft and League of Legends before I started with costumes, so I'd probably still be playing that. Next one. You mentioned below your other post that the bodysuit pattern is from your sister. Is she as a cosplayer as well? Yes, she is. Do you have any cos plans or already some cosplays together? Not really. Not like something that fits. We both done League of Legends cosplays, but that's about it. That I was gonna be Leona and she was gonna be Diana, but she got too crazy about Witcher 3 and she decided to do Ciri cosplay instead. So that's what she's doing, and I'm doing Leona alone, but we were supposed to do Leona and Diana together. After working with Warbler, are you excited for future projects? I've been working with Warbler since Jarvan. Are you excited for future projects? I don't even know I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do after Leona. Like, really. I don't know. Maybe help me? Give me comments below of a character you'd like me to cosplay. How long have you been cosplaying? So I'd say around the year Swift between 2013 and 2014. So about 2 years soon. Why do you cosplay? Because I love helping people. But yeah, I love your questions and I love to help. That's why, and that's the reason why I cosplay. And what makes cosplay special for you? Well, it's the same there. Like, it's special to me because I love helping. You make cosplay special. Without you, I wouldn't be here. How do you think your future will be? Like when you're 30, 40? Do you still cosplay? Do you want kids? Tell us everything. I hope my future will be that I belong with my boyfriend still, or soon to be fiance. Waiting. Do you want kids? Especially now. It's mostly because of my boyfriend. Bradley, love you. If you were in love, which character would you be like? I would have been a Katarina before, but I think I'm kind of a Leona now. And if you had to choose 4 abilities from other champions' abilities, which abilities would you choose? TF's ultimate, because then I can teleport a little closer to my boyfriend, because he lives in England, I live in Sweden. Then I want Panthea's ulti, so I can ultimate a little closer. And then the new champion, the frog, I don't even know his name. It's T something, Key something. Yeah, then I can go a little closer over the water. And then I want to have Tresh Hook, so I can hook him in. So he's never gone. He can never run away from me. What put you in the cosplay world? Tine. How long did it take you to master Warbler? I'm not a master Warbler. I wouldn't call myself that. I still have a lot to learn. But I like working with it. And I've been working with it since Jarvan. When did you start cosplaying and what was your first costume? First cosplay, my little E. I started cosplaying about 2 years ago, like I said before. Questions. Do you build armor or weapons with LEDs? Well, I have a lot of lights. I have some surprises that's coming for Leona. Kind of like the lights, like this. Hope you don't mind. And what materials do you use for it? I use Evafoam for my sword example. For my shield, I'm using insulation foam. How do you meet your boyfriend? Well, I think you are asking how I met him. It's a long story, kind of. So if you really want to skip that, you can click over here and skip to the next question. But if you want to stay, I love you. So yeah, my boyfriend, Bradley is his name. He's from England, I'm from Sweden. It's a really funny story, and I could like sit in a whole day and talk about it. But I'm gonna try and make it as a short story as possible to be able to answer more questions. So, we met in World of Warcraft. Yay! It was like this. I decided to make an application to a new guild. Just trying it out. It was a bit more hardcore raiding guild than I was used to. But I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And I did. Bradley, was the guild leader in that guild. They already had, if you play World of Warcraft, you'll understand my terms. If you don't, I'm sorry. But I was playing a Holy Paladin. They already had 2 Holy Paladins in their guild. So it was a bit unsure, like if it would necessary if I do an application and such. But I still did, and I got to do a trial run with them in Heroic High Mall. And it was fun. It was the first time I heard Bradley's voice. And I like if you've ever heard his voice, you should check this video out here when we were playing Terror together. If you don't love his voice, I love his voice. He's yeah. I fell kind of in love with his voice from the very beginning. And I remember telling a friend of mine back then, oh my god, hopefully my future guild leader has the sexiest voice ever, and I love just listening to him for 4 hours straight in a raid. Wouldn't mind. So, yeah, I kind of liked him from the start, just by him, you know. His voice is still very special for me. I love hearing him and talking to him every day. So yeah, they declined me, sadly, from the guild, and I was really bummed. I remember him saying that I did everything perfect, I didn't do any friendly fire, I healed the right targets, I had the most healing, blah 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 blah. Like, I was top on everything, I was good, I was doing really good, but I still got declined, and I was like, what? But the reason was mainly because they already have Holy Paladins, and to take in one new that they didn't know would be risky and such. But yeah, I get it, it was fine. So I was just mature about it, and I said, fine, okay, if you need me, I'll be online. If you ever need a healer, just whisper me. I'd love to help. I'm not looking for any other guilds at the moment, so yada 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 yada. Yeah. And they accepted me as a social. It didn't take long until I became a raider. And not long until me and Bradley we fell in love. It was so quickly. Like, I'm just smiling just thinking about it, because I love this. I love him. I love him really a lot. I love him a lot. And we fell in love really quickly. Some might say it's silly and crazy, but we basically said we loved each other after a week. Yeah. I had a hard time through my other experience, had a hard time saying those words and really mean it, but with him it was just natural. It felt like we'd known each other forever, and he's my best friend, and he's the love of my life. I'm not the person I am today without him. He's been in my life for 9 months on Monday, and I wish I'd met him earlier. That's all. But I love him to pieces and bits and to the end of the universe. Yeah, so we met through WoW, and he was my guild leader. Yeah. But yeah, I remember thinking, oh my god, he's too old for me. He's probably like 30. I'm 21. Just saying. I was 20, so I was like, oh, he's 10 years older than me. That's too old. For me. I'm not saying that's an old age. I'm just saying for me. And I was like, fuck. But I really liked him, and once I realized he was just 23, I was like, oh, num 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 num, come. But yeah, so yeah, that's how I met my boyfriend. Thank you for asking. I love talking about him, and I can do that for ages. I've just spent like 5 minutes talking about him. So yeah, back to the questions. Yay! How have you made your wonderful Ari tales? And wanna be my friend? Wanna be friends? Yeah. But yeah, my Ari tales. You can check this video. You can click this pretty box up here on the video, and you can go straight to my tutorial. If you had $5 million and you had to spend them in one day, otherwise you'd be cursed, become a tree. What would you buy? I'd buy a ticket for me and for my boyfriend to America. Buy a house and buy a lot of cosplay materials and just live in America and cosplay there. That'd be a dream come true. How did you get into cosplay? Once again, it's... Ooh, she's upside down. Tine. Tine is one of the biggest inspirations to how I started and why I started, so... If you haven't, check her out. She has a YouTube. You can click her YouTube. Whee! Otherwise, Tina Marie, you can find her on Facebook. She's amazing. Is it easier to work with Warbler or Wonderflex? I've never tried Wonderflex, but I know someone who has. Kamui. I know she writes something about this in the book. go get yourself a copy if you haven't. It's really helpful. And to answer did you learn how to make armor? First of all, I learned mostly by myself. I like to try different techniques and try things to get everything right. That's how my tails came in the picture. I tried them and tried to make them work, and I did, and I made them work. So yeah, I will of course have inspiration for everything I do. For armor, it was Kamui. Who's your favorite pro League player? But I've always been a big fan of Fnatic and Reckless, so I'd still say Reckless. If he's still as good as I remember. Last question. Hi, I have a question for you. How did you make the gold caps at the front of your boots in the Leona cosplay? I'm making a Caitlyn cosplay. I'm looking for a way to make her boot caps, but without ruining the boots. Well, here's my shoes I'm using for my Leona costume. And inside, I have my golden... Here's my thing for my leg. But I'm thinking you're talking about these, because that's what I know Caitlyn has. So, first of all, I only made these, not for detail. Those are made so I can put so I'll protect the shoe from my Warbler piece. I have made a Warbler piece that's sitting in front of the boot, and this is just to not make my shoe, so I can use the shoe normally too. But how I made this one is only sewed like this, like a round piece, kind of. I basically just put fabric onto my shoe like this, and then I pinned it down, cut it out, and sewed it until it kind of fit. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow my Twitter, like my Facebook page, follow my Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more progress and content from me. So you'll see more of me and my Leona. I'm making a performance on DreamHack Winter in a month. So I hope to upload a video here of my performance once it's out. I'm ready. But yeah, I'm gonna say bye to you with my shoe. Bye! And thank you for watching. If you have more questions, be sure to comment below, message me, whatever you like. I'll try and answer them as quickly as possible. I'll see you next time. Bye! Wow.